TGIF, we got a full 15-game MLB slate. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we are back. Finally, a 15-game slate. No more of that 5-game crap we just had yesterday. One-on-one day yesterday. Brutal loss on the, you guys know, Christopher Sanchez. We'll talk about that in the recap a little bit. But either way, one-on-one day on a slate like this, we just move on. No NBA on Friday, so it's all things baseball. That's right. But any graphics you see in this video are from an app called OUTLIER, the best betting research tool on the market today. Click that link below in the description. You get a 7-day free trial. So let's get right into it. No MLB fun fact. We're going to do a dad joke. That's right. Here we go. No NBA, so we're moving that dad joke to the baseball. So if math is mathematical and quizzes are quizzical, what are tests? Yep. In this video, we are going to recap yesterday, and then we're going to go over the good and bad hitter matchups. And because we didn't do it on Thursday, I'm going to give you who's on fire, hitters on fire in the last 7 days. And then we're going to give you the best pitcher strikeout matchups, the entire pitcher report. And of course, we will finish it with my best bets and the recap. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Come join this community. Also, hit that Discord link in the description. Completely free to join. We're talking sports every single day. So let's get this baseball journey started. And that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. The 1-on-1 day. We start out with Sanchez over 5.5 Ks. All you can do is laugh, guys. 5 strikeouts through 58 pitches. It was in the 4th inning, I believe, when he got his 5th strikeout. He was on his way to 8. Someone on X let me know that at that point it was minus 1,600 for him to get the 6K. He did not get it. He got 0 more. And in fact, the last inning, last couple of batters he faced, he had an 0-2 pitch to Matt Olson. And what did he do? He threw a slider right down the middle and gave up a hit. It was just brutal. It was agonizing. It really was. But half unit loss. And then over 8 runs, Rays Astros. Glad I didn't go with the Astros team total because the Rays were the one that got the job done. They scored 1,000,000 runs and the Astros scored 3. Either way, that's why we went the over 8 in the total game, just because you can have one of the teams blow up like that. So 1-on-1 day, we move on. It was just an ugly, ugly slate yesterday, down 2.78 units on the year with the overall, with all the breakdown and everything. So that's what we got for the recap. Now let's talk some hitters. All right, we have a lot of good hitter matchups for you today, starting with Salvador Perez, 12 for 28 off Casey Mize. In fact, we got a few Royals. We got Bobby Witt over there, 5 for 11 off Mize, and then Kyle Isbell down there, 3 for 9. Again, this is just page 1, but then you see over there on the left side, Ellie De La Cruz, 6 for 13 with a couple home runs. Spencer Steer, his teammate right above him, 6 for 14 with a home run off Colin Ray as well. Then over there on the right side, Jose Ramirez on an absolute tear, 4 for 10 with 3 Jimmy Jacks off Jose Soriano. And right below him, how about Matt Olson, 7 for 10 with 4 dongs off of Lucas Giolito. That is really impressive. But anyways, that's the rest of them for page 1. Take a screenshot. Now let's check out page 2, and we start with Ketel Marte, 4 for 9 off Jake Irvin, and his teammate Corbin Carroll, 4 for 9. How about an 8 for 18? Not a bad matchup there at the top of the order against Jake Irvin. Corbin Carroll had a couple bombs as well. Down to Michael Garcia, another Royal off Casey Mize, and then Josh Bell finishes it off with 4 for 8 with 2 home runs off of Merrill Kelly. So that's what we got for all the good hitter matchups. Now let's take a look at the bad hitter matchups. Juan Soto, 5 for 18 off Freeland. How about that? Soto just having a weird year, just has not got it going yet. But Mookie Betts off Max Fried, 8 Ks, 1 for 18. His teammate Michael Conforto, 2 for 21 with 10 Ks. How about Will Smith getting jiggy with it, 1 for 14 with 3 Ks. And then Freddie Freeman down there, 2 for 13 with 7 Ks. The Dodgers hitters have mightily struggled with Max Fried. I mean, it's not a surprise. Max Fried's like a head of the Cy Young race right now. And then Vlad Guerrero over there, 2 for 12. So on and so on, down to Kerry Carpenter, Andrew McCutchen, Riley Green, a couple guys that have struggled a little bit there. But Enrique Hernandez, also another Dodger, 1 for 10 with 3 Ks. So that's what we got for all the good and bad hitter matchups. Now let's talk who's on fire. All right, we have a little over 2 pages worth of hitters that are on fire in the last 70 days. To make this list, you have to have a minimum of 20 ABs and hit 340 or higher. Hopefully, this kind of helps you out through the weekend as well. Just to kind of tell you who's been hitting the ball well. How about TJ Friedel, 481. Ryan O'Hearn, 500 with a couple bombs. You see Ellie up there as well. Lourdes Gurriel, Jose Ramirez, which we'll talk about later. Just some guys that are absolutely crushing the ball. Junior Caminero as well. So just take a screenshot. Again, hopefully this helps you. We got RBIs on there, home runs as well. And then Jarren Duran, of course, who let me down with 4 Ks a couple days ago, but he's leading the way up at the top 375. So that's page 1. Now let's check out page 2. Brandon Lowe of the Rays. How about 435 with 3 bombs? Not too shabby. We keep going down the list. Seiya Suzuki, who I believe is the RBI leader in the majors right now, 435 in the last 7 days. Vinny P, that's right. Pasquantino, 455. They've been waiting for him to get going. And then Spencer Steer, Yelich, but Jose Altuve hitting almost 500. Goldschmidt hitting 429. I mean, just some really scorching hot hitters with Lawrence Butler hitting 400 as well. So you see Aaron Judge down there hitting 350, which actually brought his batting average down quite a bit. That's how good he's been. But anyways, that's page 2. Now let's take a look at page 3. Just one guy I want to mention. Actually, these are 2 rookies right here. Cam Smith of the Astros hitting 400, and Jacob Wilson, a guy that nobody's really talking about. I mean, trying to run away with Rookie of the Year. My goodness, has he hit the ball well. 450, though, in the last 7 days, but he's been hitting all season long, that's for sure. He has a couple home runs as well. But anyways, that's what we got for the hitters on fire. Now, let's talk some Ks. All right, we only got 2 good pitcher strikeout matchups. The first one, Luis Ortiz, a guy I never thought I'd put up here for the Guardians, facing the Angels. Angels, we know the highest K percentage versus righties in the last 3 weeks in the league, 28.1%. Ortiz, 59 Ks in 53.1 innings this year. Again, he's a guy who just did not strike anybody out last year, and then he has just crushed it this year, strikeouts. Not exactly dominating overall, but been up and down lately with his strikeouts. Last 5 starts, 3, 7, 9, 4, and 5. You'll see by these two, it's not the greatest matchups that we've ever had, but there's still some decent ones. Much higher K rate at home, though. You'll love to see that, 35.6% compared to 18.9 on the road. That is ginormous. That's pretty huge. Almost identical K rate splits versus righties and lefties. Although he did face the Angels earlier this season, like pretty early, and he only had 3 Ks in 6 innings for what it's worth. Obviously, different team, different pitcher now at this point of the season. But that's the first one. Second one, Nick Pivetta versus the Pirates. Pittsburgh, 13th highest K rate versus righties last 3 weeks, 21.9%. This was a borderline. I'm just going to give it to you anyways, but 13th highest, 21.9 is right around average. But Pivetta, 63 Ks in 56.1 innings. He has 6+ Ks now in 4 straight home starts. And the reason that kind of tipped me over the top why I said, you know what, I'll give this info out for this one, is he has a much higher K rate at home, 32.7% compared to 23.9 on the road, and he will be home here, obviously. And he has a higher K rate versus lefties, 29 points, or versus righties, 29.6 compared to 26.9 versus lefties. So that's what we got for the best pitcher strikeout matchups. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, here are the first 8 matchups of the day. We got a lot of info here for you. If you guys are new to the channel, we got ERA, expected ERA. We just added home runs per 9, and then all the averages are on the bottom just so you have something to kind of compare it to for this year. But we start with Andrew Abbott versus Colin Ray, 2 guys that just faced each other's teams recently. 1 or lesser in run, though, in 5 straight starts for Andrew Abbott. It's been pretty impressive. Going up against Colin Ray, who struggled in his last 4 starts, all versus weaker offenses as well. 13 earned runs in 22 innings. And then the Quinn Priester, been decent lately. 1 earned run allowed in 3 of the 4 starts. Pretty easy competition, though, also. Going up against Taijuan Walker, he's just been okay. He's been better than usual, that's for sure. But he's due to blow up a little bit here. And then we got Sean Burke versus Zach Eflin. Eflin, 12 earned runs allowed in his last 2 starts. That's over 10.1 innings. It has not been pretty, that's for sure. But Jeffrey Springs versus Bassett Hound. Springs, he's been better in the month of May. He had a rough start to the year. I thought he'd be a really good pitcher this year. K rate's down a little bit, but K rate is still down, but he's still been better, limiting runs, limiting hard contact. And then Bassett, who had a great start to the year, kind of coming back down to earth, but still having a solid year. You know, elite command, 4.9% as you see, but giving up a lot of hits, 10 hits per 9 innings. And then Jose Soriano, exactly 3 earned runs allowed in 4 of his last 6 starts. Going up against Luis Ortiz, who we just talked about with his K rate. It was 19.2 last year, 25.3 this year. Higher ERA by a 1.5, though, over last year. So kind of a weird combo there. But Kyle Freeland versus David Peterson, a couple lefties. Freeland, 3+ earned runs allowed in 4 straight road starts. We got Kyle Harrison down there, only thrown 9.1 innings. So, you know, don't take all those stats too seriously yet. But only made 1 start. It was 4 innings, 5 hits. 2 earned runs, 0 walks, and 4 Ks against the Nationals. Cal Quantrill been much better in May. I don't know what happened to him, but still 6 ERA overall. But in May, 6 earned runs allowed in 17.2 innings, 6 Ks in 2 of those 4 starts, and the other 2 just 2 and 1 strikeout. I mean, not a guy who misses many bats. And then we end this first page with Lucas Giolito versus Sherlock Holmes. Giolito, alternating bad and good starts. In his last 4, he allowed 10 hits and 6 earned runs, then 2 hits and 1 earned run, and then followed that up with 8 hits and 6 earned runs getting dominated, and then 6 hits and 0 earned runs in the next start. I know, a lot of numbers, but he's been going good, bad, good, bad. It's been all over the place for Giolito. And then Sherlock, 2 or less earned runs allowed in 4 of his last 5 starts. What's impressive about him, he wasn't doing this early in the year. He's now gone 6+ innings in 4 of his last 5 starts. So as you can see, he's really getting deeper into the game if you're looking at outs, props, and things like that. But that's what we got for page 1. Now let's take a look at page 2. And we have maybe one of the most underrated starting pitchers in the entire major leagues this year, Matthew Liberatore. He has been an absolute stud. If you watch him pitch, it's deceptive. He's been really impressive. Elite command, and that's what's helping him. 3.4% walk rate, as you see there. He has allowed 2 or less earned runs in 8 straight starts. Gotta love it. Going up against Jack Leiter. Speaking of good command, this man doesn't have it. My goodness, I'm still bitter about him losing our outs prop, because he walked 17 guys, I believe. But since his return, he has 20 walks in 31 innings. I mean, he's just flat out a man you cannot trust on anything right now. 12.2% walk rate. Casey Mize versus Seth Lugo. Mize threw 77 pitches in his last start, return from injury. We'll see if maybe he gets a little higher. Going up against Seth Lugo, who's, decent. He's kind of boring to talk about, to be honest. And then Ryan Pepio, this will be only his 4th road start away from that minor league stadium. Going up against Framber Valdez, who still has some pretty solid numbers, even though it hasn't been quite the same overall. But Jake Irvin versus Merrill Kelly. Kelly is coming off a bad start, but he's been solid this year. 2 or lesser in runs in 7 of his 10 starts. And Jake Irvin is a guy we know who does not miss many bats as well, throws a lot of off speed. And then Mitch Keller versus Nick Pivetta. Keller, identical numbers to last year. He just hasn't given up many home runs. As you see, 0.56 home runs per 9 innings. Going up against Nick Pivetta, 3 or lesser in runs in 9 of his 10 starts. The only one over was in Coors Field, because he always struggles in Coors Field. But then we got Zeb Matthews, only pitched 7 innings. And he's only thrown, I believe, he's thrown 44.2 innings in his career. He has a 6.85 ERA. It has not been good yet, let's face it. But going up against Brian Wu, he is the only starting pitcher to go 6+ innings in every single start this season. I don't know what the limit or the minimum on that is. Obviously, if a guy's thrown maybe 2 or 3 starts, but I think it's like 8 or 9 starts or more. It's been really impressive. 2.4 ERA, just elite command, 3.2%. And then Max Fried, Tony Gonsolin, the Yankees and Dodgers. We got a great weekend series here in LA. Fried, he is making Scooble work for that Cy Young this year, that's for sure. He's never given up more than 2 earned runs in a start, just 10 total runs given up in 70 innings. It's insane. And then Tony Gonsolin giving up exactly 4 runs in earned runs in back-to-back starts with 11 hits and 8 walks in 9 innings. It has not been pretty. Obvious advantage to the pitching with the Yankees there. So there's all the averages on the bottom and all the rambling for all the 15 matchups. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first best bet is a hitter parlay. Give me Jose Ramirez and Paul Goldschmidt, 1+ hit each at -110 on DraftKings. I'm going to go half unit. I'm going to be honest. I love it like a 1-unit play, but I'm lacking some confidence in these hitter parlays right now. So Jose Ramirez, 1+ hit. If you don't know, this man is on a 20-game hit streak. You saw a lot of numbers already for him. He is hitting 400 in the last 7 days. 4 for 10 off Soriano in his career. He has 2+ hits in 6 of the last 10 as well. He is hitting anyone, anytime, any place. It does not matter. Facing Soriano, who's given up 9.5 hits per 9 innings. Also struggles versus righties. Ramirez, obviously a switch hitter. He's given up a 295 average to righties. And then behind him is a terrible Angels bullpen. So I better not end this man's 20-game hit streak. Love Jose Ramirez here. The second one, Goldie, 1+ hit. We cashed his leg of the hitter parlay a few days ago. If you didn't hear the ridiculous stat about him then, I'll tell you right now. This man is an absolute beast on the road. He has 1+ hit in 26 of 27 road games. That's insane. He's hitting 421 on the road, a 206 WRC plus on the road compared to 95 at home. 100 is average. He's hitting 366 off righties on the road this year. He's facing Tony Gonsolin, who's given up 24 hits in 25 innings, so a hittable guy here. Small sample size for him this season, obviously, in just 25 innings, but he does have a 6.3 ERA, but again, it's only in 10 innings, so take that for what it's worth. Goldie is 2 for 7 off him in his career. And then again, the Dodgers bullpen, with all their injuries and everything, they've been a little hit and miss. They have not been that dominant. I like Goldie to stay sizzling hot here. So give me Jose Ramirez and Goldie, 1+ hit each as my first best bet. All right, this next one takes us out to Miami, where the Marlins host the San Francisco Gigantes. Giants on the money line, -184. Marlins money line, +154. Total of 8.5 runs. Here's my underdog play of the day, but it's on the first 5 innings. That's right. Give me the Marlins first 5 innings money line, +136 on FanDuel for a half unit. I don't mind the full game either. I just do not trust this Marlins bullpen right now. We saw them give up quite a few runs in San Diego. But either way, I feel like we bet the Miami Marlins like a couple times a week, every single week. But let's talk the starting pitcher matchup first. Kyle Harrison versus Cal Quantrill. Let's talk Harrison first. He's only made one start, was working out of the bullpen. It was okay, 2 earned runs in 4 innings. He's a 2-pitch guy. He doesn't have a lot. That's why he's been working out of the bullpen, mostly fastball, curveball. It makes up 94% of his usage so far this year. And usually hitters can kind of catch up to a 2-pitch mix for a guy. But there's a reason they had him in the bullpen, obviously. Last season, if you don't know, he pitched a lot more, started a lot more, had a 4.56 ERA, 4.16 4.17 xFIP, and an average K rate. So this guy's average at best here. And then Cal Quantrill. I was not a fan of him last year. You guys know that he was getting hit around everywhere. He was one of the Christmas trees. I am willing to point out when a guy is actually pitching well, though, and he is. Like Miles Mikolas, although he did suck for that start that we just tailed him. Luckily, they still won. But Quantrill is getting the job done right now. Let's be honest. In the month of May, 3.06 ERA, 3.99 xFIP, 210 average against, and a low 1.02 whip. Love to see a low whip. Not many base runners. He's just been solid. His walk rate has gone down from last year. 1 earned run given up in 3 of his last 4 starts. Miami has kind of unlocked a little bit out of him. And again, when I say unlocked, he's not a guy that blows you away. He's not a guy that misses just a ton of bats, but he's getting less. He's walking less. He's getting less hard contact. So love to see that. And by the way, the 1 earned run given up in 3 of the last 4, 2 of those teams, the Dodgers and the Cubs. So it's been impressive. So in my opinion, right now, the Marlins have the better starting pitcher. Now let's go to the offenses. I have mentioned this a few times this year already. The Giants offense on the road. We've talked about the Astros at home, but the Giants offense on the road absolutely sucks. And when I say Astros, I just mean the crazy splits. But the Giants offense on the road, 3rd lowest WRC plus versus righties on the road this month, 67, 4th lowest batting average, 2nd lowest slugging, etc., etc. They just cannot hit away from San Francisco. The Marlins versus lefties this month, it's hard to really know because they've only seen 3 true lefty starters all month. That's it, 3. 5. They got 5 runs off Kyle Hart on Wednesday. They got 2 off JP Sears. I mean, there's really nothing there. They did score 4 off Gore, I think, back in April, 4 off Mitchell Parker. It's just a team that has not seen many lefties, but they've proven they can get to some of them. And overall, Marlins have the... So overall, if we just kind of go through all of this, they have the better starting pitcher on the mound. Right now, because the Giants are on the road, I would give the edge to the Marlins offense, to be honest with you. I'm getting huge plus money for the first 5 innings money line. Again, I've seen the Marlins choke away games in late innings. I don't even want to mess with that this time. Again, a tie also after 5 innings is just a push. That's the beauty of this one here. So I think this line is just way too high for the Marlins right here. So give me the fish on the first 5 innings money line as my second best bet. All right, this third one takes us out to the desert where the D-backs host the Washington Nationals. D-backs money line minus 218, Nationals money line plus 180 with a total of 9 runs. Give me the D-backs team total over 4.5 runs, minus 135 on DraftKings for half unit. Yes, I'm still playing it safe here in these first 2 months with a lot of half unit plays. I will get there, but I do think just kind of controlling your bankroll management and all that in these first couple months. We got a long ways to go this season, but it doesn't mean I don't like this. I really love this bet. You could take over in the full game. I don't mind that, but I'm going to focus on the Arizona offense versus Jake Irvin. Let's talk Irvin first. Coming off the best start of the season. Love to see that because I don't see it happening again. 8 shutout innings versus the Giants. Guess where the Giants were hitting? On the road, like we just talked about. But he faced the D-backs team earlier on April 4th. He gave up 7 hits and 4 earned runs to them in Washington. He's also a guy that struggles a little bit more versus lefties. Well, we got Corbin Carroll, Pavin Smith, Josh Naylor, Alec Thomas. I think this offense gets to Irvin for a second time. He's also a guy very low K rate. Doesn't get a lot of chase, doesn't get a lot of whiff. He's just been average. He used a lot of off speed if you haven't seen him pitch. But Arizona offense, over 4.5 runs in 17 of their 29 home games. They're averaging 5 runs per game at home this year. Versus righties in the last 3 weeks, how about the 4th highest WRC plus? The number 1 slugging and ISO power in all of baseball. With 477 slugging right now. I mean, they are legit. We know how good of an offense they are. Nationals bullpen, this is a bottom 5 bullpen in this league. You guys know it. They just played extra innings against my Mariners and put an absolute beatdown on them also in the 10th inning. But Finnegan, their best pitcher, he's not going to pitch again. He just pitched, and he was coming off an injury. Lopez just threw a decent amount of pitches. Henry, Ferrer, I mean, they all threw yesterday. So not only is the bullpen not good, they are not in good shape right now, of course, because obviously you play extra innings, that kind of thing happens. But I think the D-backs score early, and I think they can also score a lot of runs later. This D-backs team is 1-6 in their last 7. They just lost back-to-back series against the Pirates and the Cardinals. they are pissed off. And the reason they're losing is not because of the offense, it's because their pitching sucks. Mostly the bullpen, who blew a game against Pittsburgh that still is mind-boggling, giving up 7 runs to the Pirates. So I think they come out swinging. Also, this is an offense. They're not dumb. They know their bullpen is not good. They have to continue scoring and scoring some more if they want to win games. So give me the D-backs team total over 4.5 runs. That's my third and final best bet. I'm going to get probably a pitcher prop or two out in the morning as well, and I'm going to have more added plays. Still a lot I'm looking into, but I don't want to stay up till 1 a.m. But you'll see some more added plays in the morning. It'll be in the pinned comments below, the added plays on X and on Discord as well. But thank you guys for watching. As always, really appreciate it. Before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. The 3 best bets so far. J-Ram and Goldie Goldschmidt, 1+ hit each at -110 on DraftKings for a half unit. Marlins first 5 innings money line, +136 is the underdog play. And then the D-backs team total over 4.5 at -135. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I really appreciate the support. Again, no videos on the weekends. Got to have some family time. But if you're looking for my best bets, still going to be posted in the pinned comment or in the post tab of our YouTube page. They're going to be posted on X and on Discord as well. So be sure to check those out. But hope you guys all have a great Friday, a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.